Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. It's just coming up to 10 to 8 in the morning. I've just switched on and the Euro's on a little bit of a move. So I'm going to have a quick look at this and I'll press pause because I've only just switched everything on really. And and then we'll come back. So I'll just press pause and we'll see if there's a trade on. Okay, so I've just been having a look, and although the Euro's had a nice little run up here on the 5 minute chart, when I put it into perspective and look at the hourly time frame, this is what the Euro's been doing. So at the moment, as much as it be, there's a daily pivot above and an hourly 15. It's got a smidgen of positive momentum. It's the price action in general, which is just putting me off at the moment, because sometimes you can be looking at a 5 minute chart and you think, okay, here we go, but actually all it's actually doing is coming up to the top end of its range on a higher time frame and then just rolls back over again. So I can't really get involved in this euro dollar at the moment, even though it could go higher. Now, for purposes of disclosure, I do have a small euro long which I put in last night down here somewhere. But it's only a small position that I put in yesterday. There we go. It's just for disclosure. There you go. So I got in at 123.75, and the stop is now at 75. I put it in at 76. That means it stops me out at 75. I just put that in yesterday evening when we came back into the bands down on the hourly. Excuse me. Down here on one of the time frames last night after doing a double bottom against, it was on the hourly 200, which doesn't show on telecharts, but on eSignal it was shown as a hit on there. So anyway, so yeah, I would like to be long on the euro, but I've just got to be a little bit excuse me, a little bit careful because of this this poor price action overnight. Even though you're looking at the 5 minute chart, you think, well, that looks nice. Been here many times before. You get poor price action, all looks good, and then all of a sudden, half an hour's time, this is rolling all the way down. So so at the moment, a little bit unclear on the euros. Same on the pound. So I'm just watching. It looks like I'm beginning playing a watching game here, and it's possible that I end up having to wait to look at the pound. Let's put this into perspective onto the hourly chart. Again, similar sort of price action on the hourly. So the pound had a nice run up yesterday, and we've got the potential to go higher, but this price action is just a little bit putting me off this morning. I need to get some price action. So we'll carry on watching this. If needs be, I'll just wait until lunchtime. We've got news out later and trade it then. So let's press pause for now. Okay, so the euro's carried on going higher. So it's broken out to an extent of that range. Let's have a quick look here on the hourly chart again. Yeah, it started coming out of that range. So for now, and the thing is, we've got some news coming out about 11. I think it's on the LTROs on the eurozone. So I'm probably going to obviously still leave this alone for now and wait until then, and we'll see if we get a bit more fireworks then. So for now, yeah, missed the opportunity. It was a bit dangerous trying to trade it in within that range. So I may even take profits on that trade from last night as we come up to the daily pivot, which is at 124.24. We're at 20 now. So do I want to come out, or do I want to try and stay in? I guess that's going to be the eternal dilemma when you've got news coming. So yeah, I think I might exit that if we can get up there. So we're about 4 or 5 pips away at the moment. So but anyway, I'll press pause for now. Okay, so we're just coming up to that daily pivot now, so I'm going to close this one off. I mean, it's cheating a little bit because it was a trade I put on last night, but just hitting that pivot now. Yep, just hitting it, right. So yeah, I mean, fortunate that I put that trade on last night because I just banked $491 there on that trade. But it's not a fresh trade from this morning, is it? So I'm still waiting on that. Yes, effectively what we've done is we've just hit the daily pivot. I'll bring up the charts actually so you can see that. And and the reason I've banked it is because we've got this news coming out. I was looking for an upside push here this morning. Obviously, that's why I took the trade last night. But on the volatility of the news, what it could do is shove back down again. So that, and how it behaves could then allow me to get back in on this euro dollar if we are going to see some more upside. The pound's been a bit weaker this morning, so let's go and have a look at the pound. So that's another factor in me actually banking profits there on the euro dollar. In that the pound's been a bit weaker. I wanted to look at the Aussie dollar actually this morning, and but again the price action just wasn't. Even though I wanted to be on the long side, I was saying to the guys in the trading room yesterday, I wanted to be on the long side of the Aussie this morning if I could, but I've not managed to get in, and so again probably because of all this prior chop, and so it's only just broken out of that. So and it's happened to a bit late in the move. So for now, I'm going to press pause, and we'll see you a bit later. I'll probably go down the gym, and we'll see what happens about 11. Okay, so that's what I thought I'd show you. Here was the pivot. So here's the 50 period moving average. This is the hourly charts again, and here's the pivot, the daily pivot we just hit here. And so we're just sort of sitting around there at the moment, sitting up quite nicely. If I go to the 5-minute chart, sitting up quite nicely here, but and maybe we're just going to follow through from here. But you know, that trade from last night, remember, you know, my initial stop was like 6 pips, and I love identifying these opportunities. So I risked 6 pips to make it was just under 50 pips, 49 pips. I don't know what the risk reward is there, but it's, you know, it's a good deal, and that's all what I'm constantly looking for is these good deals. So at the moment I can't see a good deal as yet, but once this news is out a bit later this morning, then maybe I'll be able to. It depends. It may not be much movement around that, and if that's the case, then this could just be a slow bleed higher. If I'm right on this, what I'll just take the pivots off again, and take this onto a daily chart and show you a little bit more of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this potential for this to have like a slow bleed higher up to this 50-day moving average. And so I guess we'll have to see. But I mean, obviously it could all roll over very quickly if any news comes out which shoves it down. But if not, then at least at the moment we've got a bit of a very short-term trend just sort of bleeding its way up. So we may see something like that. Not seeing any major moves to the upside, but there's some potential. So anyway, I shall leave it at that. We'll come back later. Just back from getting ready, and as we can see, the euro's gone higher. So this is where I exited, right up here at 25, right at that peak there. We've pulled back a little bit, and then we've gone quite a bit higher, up at what, 40 something now, been up to 50. So, but I was looking at the pound, and let's just put this back onto the hourly charts. So the euro's having a half decent run. I'm gonna have to go out. I don't think there's really much I can do at the moment. Just got to admire it from afar. The pound on the hourly chart, again, it's just playing within this range, and so again, on the 5-minute chart, it's bounced back up, but it's still trading within this range, and so I'm watching the pound. I would like, in theory, to be getting not long on the pound, but I can't find an entry. It doesn't have positive momentum on the hourly charts, and so I've got to leave that one alone. So I'm just admiring this euro at the moment. But you know, the euro's had a good run, but let's see if it can consolidate up here for a couple of hours and see if it can hold, and then we'll see where it goes. So I'm gonna head off out and see where it is later. Right, just walked in from the gym. It's now what, 22 minutes past 10. I've just noticed, actually, see cable. I see it went up and it's come down. I probably would have been tempted to have bought it down here. The hourly 21 still facing up. Yeah, on telecharts it is as well. So I would have been tempted to buy it down. And the only reason I'm tempted to buy it down here and not here is obviously I don't want to overpay, and I can play a really tight stop because it's not brilliant, the price action overall. So I'd have been willing to have traded with a tight stop, which I can do down here, but I don't want to bothering with the risk up here because of this overall hourly charts, and it's not really doing too much. It has got some negative momentum, like I mentioned earlier on, but that's starting to we've not really followed through on that negative momentum, not at least as yet. So and if that happens, then a market can then start to turn. So I'll keep watching it. I'll keep watching it for now. And this euro, as we can see, that pulled back right way back to the prior high where I exited earlier on. I can see, and it's just holding up quite nicely, really, here at the moment. So again, at 11 o'clock, there's supposed to be some more information out on the LTROs. So I'm reluctant to to go in on the euro again now ahead of that. And if we don't see any movement on the back of that, then so be it. Maybe I'll have to call this a wrap for the day, because I'm already 10 minutes in, and all I've got is to show is that one banked trade. So it could be that otherwise I'm going to end up having to wait until 3 o'clock this afternoon and trade the consumer confidence figures, but then this is going out really late and I don't want to do that. So well, carry on just watching for now. Okay, just back. It's just after 11 o'clock. There is no real price movement here, and so I'm assuming that there's nothing major coming out at the moment. We've got some news out at 1:30. We've got US PPI figures out. Then I think it's consumer sentiment at 3. So I'm not going to hang around waiting for all of that today. So I'm just going to go with that trade from overnight, really. So just as a reminder, a recap on what that was. Remember, we'd done a double bottom down here. It's more clear on the E-signal charts because it was into the actual 200. Moving averages across different charts can be a bit different sometimes. E-signal is a bit more accurate, and so and then waiting for it to come inside its bands on the 5-minute chart, the time, and overall on the daily charts. We were starting to turn on those dailies, so that was the other factor. We were right into that support on the dailies. I'll go for that with the guys in the room this afternoon. So anyway, that's the only thing I've had, and there we go. So it was that trade. It was risking 6 pips to make just under 50. Is a good deal, isn't it? It's a 8-to-1 risk to reward. So, all right. I mean, I only put one lot in because I was putting in overnight, and but if I lose on it, I lose 6 pips. It's not the end of the world that way. Anyway, I shall leave that with you. Looking forward to Monday's update. Got a few bits and pieces to go through. Have a great weekend. See you then.